Hey guys, I just wanted to say I did forget. Sorry. But I also wanted to take the time to say that I still haven't found that video. I'm going nuts. But I am going to find that video that I did like 2 weeks ago. When I do, I will post it up like I said I would. But anyways, also wanted to take the time to say that times like this when I feel like I'm exhausted and tired and just don't want to do anything, it reminds me of what I went through. It makes me remember. I'm not even look at you guys. It makes me remember how much I was exhausted. I think I'm tired now, and I think that I'm exhausted, and I am, but it's even harder when your body is, fighting 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, fighting to keep this sickness and to, get rid of it. It just takes such a toll on you. Like, I think I have, black under my eye, or it's getting there, or bags, but oh my gosh, like, I look at photos and it's like, it's scary to see how much I changed from the first to the last, and then like now, like it was darker around here. Oh my gosh, it was just awful. Like, the simplest things would make me tired. I would take a shower, like, sorry TMI, but just taking off my clothes before I got in the shower, I was like ready to fall asleep. Once I took a shower, it was harder. I would like raise my hands to scrub. Oh my gosh, that was exhausting. I would have to like take a break. You're supposed to leave the stuff in your hair for a little bit, but I meant like I would have to take like a longer break because I was so tired. I'd just be like, oh my gosh, and I would just lean against the wall of the shower, just catching my breath, get back up. And of course, all your hair is falling off. So every time I went like this, can you imagine how annoying that is? Every time I went like this, there was like handfuls of hair. Okay, not like handfuls of hair, but like 20 strands would come off at a time. Like, luckily now, look, I go like this and nothing. Before I went like this, you would see, and I would keep doing it in the same spot, keep falling off. So it was exhausting. Or me and my sister, when we would go to a store, like, I would tell her like, don't park so far because I get tired. So she would try to find the closest spot. And then like just walking from, even if she got like that front row parking, VIP status, like to that person who like never leaves the store. But when we would get that spot, we would walk just from there to the store, and like I would just be like, I'm really tired. And at that time I didn't even think that I could have used those little carts, and roam around the store, maybe run a few people over. Just kidding. But I didn't even think to use those. Now I go to a store and I'm like, why didn't I use those? Like, those are for handicap and for, like me, like I was barely able to walk around the store. So I would just hang on to the cart like a restaurant, and I'd be like, one time she was taking so long to shop, I just was like, you know what? And they had like the patio setting. So I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna sit here, pretend I'm trying it out, So I just sat there the rest of the time. I was just sitting there. It was oh my gosh, it was just crazy how quick I got tired. Like, crazy. Just walking around the store once, I was just like, oh my gosh, like, it's hard. And trying to think of other things, and then for holidays, I would have some of my family come over just a little bit, like my brothers. They would come over, celebrate with me, and I would cook this huge dinner, make a bunch of desserts, and I would wash all dishes, clean everything. I would do all that, even though I was tired. And I'm pretty sure they saw it, because I did ask them afterwards if they noticed, like maybe I was out of it. And they said, yeah, that they did notice. It's sad to hear them say that, but I mean, that's an outside opinion, because I don't see myself out of it. For me, I was all la-di-da in my head, trying to make the best out of it, but yeah. But anyways, it just made me appreciate actually going through chemo and being at home for 8 months, not doing anything. It's different if you're like, I mean, I'm sure, I know there's stay-at-home moms out there who get bored, and try to do something else, but I think it's different from being a stay-at-home mom, because you're still doing stuff, you're still able to, even though you're tired, like no sleep-wise tired, you're still doing stuff, like you're cleaning, you're keeping yourself busy, you got to run errands and things like that. And for me, it was just, I couldn't even leave the house. I was stuck here, and I was leave the house every so often, not a lot, didn't want to risk being infected. And me trying to do things like read, watch Netflix like all the time. I saw so many movies, and of course, it was just a coincidence that like 99% of the movies I legit randomly chose, would end up being about cancer, and bingo, also about my cancer. So it was just weird, but yeah, it made me appreciate that I'm able to go to work. I know I have certain issues right now where sometimes I can't go to work, but the point is that I'm able to go for most days, and I appreciate that. I appreciate the fact that it makes me appreciate it much more, that I can rest, be with my family. That's why even if I'm like really tired and I just want to like stay home and rest, if a family member tells me something, I'll be like, you know what, let's go, because of that time I lost with them, and I don't want to lose that again, because we don't know when our last day is, like, it just makes me appreciate the fact that I'm able to go to work. I'm able to walk out of the house and go do things with my family, my friends, I'm able to do all that. And it's nice, it's just eye-opening what people go through. Me going through it myself makes me realize, wow, like, I had a lot of help from my sister and my dad and my brothers. I did. It just makes me sad that there's people out there who keep it from their family, which I understand, it's a hard thing. And they go through it alone. They're going through their chemo sessions by themselves. They're having to push together and push through their days. But more kudos to them, for being able to do that. But I think it's healthy to have a support system also, but I'm just much more appreciative that I'm able to do the things I was able to do and more. So that's it for today, and so sorry that kind of lagging, but I'm gonna get back on it. Anyways, have a good night. If you have any questions, comments, follow my Instagram, my YouTube, subscribe. Please subscribe. Don't just like it. Please go subscribe and share. We want to spread out the word as much as possible. I want to soon start, putting up other people's stories. So please let me know. Thank you. When God gives you a battle, why give him anything less than a fight?